Saturday, and welcome to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. We'll also be discussing an analyst warning that Bitcoin is at a risk of a further correction. I'll be breaking down his bottom target, as well as the spot Ethereum ETF launch has been delayed by the SEC comments. That's right, no launch likely on July 2nd. Womp womp. We'll also be discussing investment giant VanEck files for Solana exchange traded fund. That's right, a Solana ETF. It may be coming. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin price won't dramatically increase from here. According to billionaire Peter Thiel, Max Kaiser responded to this. Narcissism plus autism equals I should have bought more Bitcoin. That's why I sold some. We'll also be discussing BlackRock signaling a paradigm shift with an 84.9% Bitcoin allocation. That's right, with BlackRock allocating their optimal portfolio allocation into Bitcoin of 84.9%. According to their own research study released in 2022, that would send the Bitcoin price to $47 million per coin. I'll be breaking down the math for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. Welcome, crypto fam. What it do? Bitcoin back in the green. You got to love that. We recaptured 61,000. Shout out to everyone out there in the chat. Let me know where you're tuned in from this beautiful stacking Saturday. Shout out Celis. Shout out Melda the Gray. That's sick. What it do? Good to see you, Juan Espino. Good to see you, Molly. I appreciate all those reposts. Shout out Shandy and the rest of the fam. JC Ice Baby. Greatly appreciate y'all for always holding it down. Shout out to all the moderators. Shout out to all the members as well. All my HODL gang members, MicroStrategy, and the list goes on. Road call here before. That's right. Much love, JV, the mods, and the fam.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Crypto fam, happy stacking Saturday. Let's get it. McFoofinator, appreciate it. Just got 4 new hats, and they're all pretty lit. All El Salvador representing, so I appreciate the feedback. AD says no ETF. Will allocate 85% though. Give it some time. Obviously, that can't happen very quickly, but over time, it's very probable. I mean, according to BlackRock's own research report, that is. What up? It's all going to zero against the biddies. I'm just saying. Crypto Voodoo, what it do? Shout out Alan Haley. We are streaming on 3 platforms right now, including X, Rumble, and YouTube. If y'all could repost this, spread the word, let people we're going to be live. Let them know we're going to be live for the next couple of hours. Also, I have a question. There's a poll up in the chat. Second best crypto asset? There is no second best. Ethereum, Solana, or other? Let me know. And towards the end of the show, I'll read those results to you. And speaking of being a second best.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
That's right, Sandy. Love the hat, JV. Thank you, Devon. Chopping wood in Illinois. Is that like Illinois, but you call it Illinois? Ahoy, dirty Bitcoin swashbucklers. Let's... Haven't heard that term. Let's go, Greg. Good to see you, brother. You didn't miss the theme song today. You're right on time, JC. We see more changes with JV haircuts and hats than with the Bitcoin price. Pretty much, Laser. Pretty much.
I'm not saying I'm number 1. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right?
Welcome, everyone just joining us. It's good to see you. How's the weekend going for you thus far? Do let me know. It's a beautiful thing to see Bitcoin back in the green. We are up roughly a G note for the day, roughly 1,000 Gs. We're going to be doing some live TA, all that fun stuff, a lot of news, a lot of bullishness. I'm always got up my sleeve, even though I rock sleeveless jerseys. I'm very sneaky like that. Shout out, Paul. Good to see you. There's Chandy. Everyone, please go to her YouTube channel right now, Chandy10 Music. It's pinned in the chat of the YouTube channel. I think she's going to hit 10,000 subs within the next 24 hours. She literally had like virtually no subs a month ago, and she produced some very epic content for the show, and she's been blowing up. Earlier today, she already has 7,500 subs, which I love to see. Let's boost her up to 10,000 subs. If everyone here can subscribe right now, it's greatly appreciated. She's the one who put together that fantastic theme song, as well as the infamous 60 G's.
Bitcoin, 60 G's, 60 G's. Buying opportunity for fifth level sexy G's. What do you think, JV? By the biddy, who cares about a roaring kitty? A boring kitty, not me. I'm for the bitty. I'm for the Nippinator. I'm for Nipsey.
Shout out Nipsinator. Nippy in the back. Nippinator. The Nipster. The one and only. Shout out YD 1983. What a beautiful year. That's my birth year. I'm doing fantastic this beautiful Saturday. Stacking Saturday, that is. Worked my arse off today. Still made it here for the stream. Hit the likes on the way in. Thank you, JC. We greatly appreciate it. Appreciate all the hearts as well. Anything you guys can do to help with the algorithm, and that includes smashing the likes over on the tube, making sure you're subscribed to the channel, and reposting this stream over on X. We're going to be streaming for the next couple of hours. But anyways, fam, without further ado, let's get right into it, shall we? Yeah, let's get right into it. So yeah, if you're new to the YouTube channel, please smash the likes, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to turn on all notifications, and repost this over on X. Today is pod episode number 1685. I'm your host, JV, and it's another beautiful Stacking Saturday, June 29th, 2024, as we are entering the end of the month. Let me know where you feel the Bitcoin price action will likely close for the monthly candle. But without further ado, let's kick it off with our market watch, as we do each and every day. We got Bitcoin back in the green, baby, which I love to see. We're right at that $61,000 mark. Ether is back in the green, Solana in the green, while XRP, Cardano, and AVAX are correcting and in the red. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, we're currently sitting at Bitcoin dominance of 53.3%, with the Ether dominance at 18% even. The Bitcoin market cap sitting at $2.25 trillion. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we got Mogcoin up 18%, WIF up 10%, and Arweave up 5%. Below that, Ordi, Litecoin, Quant, Cospa, and OKB. Which particular alts, fam, are y'all most bullish on for this particular bull? Holla. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the day. Unfortunately, the majority of the market is correcting and in the red, but Bitcoin's maintaining, doing its thing. But zooming out on the monthly to get a broader perspective, bloodshed across the crypto spheres. Be careful, Ishcoin and family. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're all the way back down to a 30 in fear. Now, this is good because the lower this number goes, and when we enter extreme fear, the more likely of a big pump, and vice versa. The higher the number this goes, the more likely of a big correction. Now, yesterday was a 47, last week a 53, and last month a 73 in greed. So there you go, crypto bros. What's a poppin'? What's a crack-a-lackin'? Shout out Judson Fairground, Crypto Voodoo, what it do? Pump it up. 109 degrees in Vegas, bro. Stacking sats and thanking the good Lord for the AC. Amen to that.
Not for the weirdo, Kit Kat, kitty cat, a kitty cat. I'm for stacking the sats. Stack the sats, ain't no thing, baby. It's a chance to stack those sats. Chance to stack those big T's. Baby, you never heard about me with another coin. Bitcoin. On my mind, on my Bitcoin, and my Bitcoin on my mind.
Precisely, JC. Fear equals FOMO. Let's friggin' go. Fear is good. Good for the markets. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. Doing your thing. Melda the Gray. Let's pump it up. Chandy, JV, thank you so much for being a very God-give real friend. I have your back, and you have ours, and we are all in, fam. Bitcoin CNA fam, 100%. Right back at you, sis. Let's go. Molly, always a pleasure. Greatly appreciate you as well. Thanks for all the support with all of the content. We greatly appreciate it, Molly, especially with the music. Can't wait to hear yours and JV's new epic El Salvador song. Let's go. 89 degrees in Idaho. Pretty hot, but not as bad as 109 over in Vegas.
60 G's, 60 60 G's. A buying opportunity. And on Bitcoin.
Ace of Base. That's old school.
Bitcoin. But I don't sweat it because it's just pathetic to let it get me involved in that sell on the dip crowd, sell on the dip crowd, dip sell, dope sell, no sell, no Bitcoin sell. I'm no sellout. Bitcoin. Roger out, Roger out.
I think I'm gonna crack open this Spindrift, Joe. Let me finish this water first. Spindrifts are the bomb diggity. Anyone here drink these? Let me know. This is the lemon flavored one, yo. They're so good. The only ingredients, I'll show it to you. Man, I'm sorry for the... It just says carbonated water and lemon juice. Can't beat that. So calories, a big fat 3. I know it can't see with the sun right in your eyes, but it's just 3 calories in this entire drink. Is this basically carbonated water, no sugar, artificial sugar, nothing like that. Just carbonated water and lemon juice. One of my faves. So I'm going to be drinking this throughout the stream. Welcome everyone just joining us. We're about to dive into some live technical analysis and just check out what's popping in the markets right now. If you're just joining, let me know where you're tuned in from. I appreciate it. It actually feels almost cool today, 93 degrees here in South Carolina. That's not too bad. But yeah, hot day, eh? My educated guess on Bitcoin Bitstamp Daily will likely continue to trade sideways till after the 4th of July. Then it should make a move to break well above 67,000 in a short order. AC is great, equals a $250 electrical bill for last month. Yeah, my electric bills are like $400. But electric is obviously expensive in Puerto Rico. And that's not even with like air on in every room. We only keep the air on in the rooms we're actually in. And this office don't even have air, just FYI. But the air is blasting in the living rooms upstairs and downstairs right now. It'll be 96 later. I love the Spindrifts. Cheers to that. Cheers to the Spindrifts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 Sass Commandments.
Molly says, you're very welcome. My pleasure. Honored to be connected with you, Molly. The summer in Germany is Antarctic global warming, but German freeze. It will be 96 later. I love the Spindrifts for the win. Is there live culture in there, JB? No, not that I'm aware of. It's not like a kombucha where you get billions of the live cultures. Just different. This is more simple. But the reason I prefer just this Spindrift, carbonated water flavored ultimately, is because there's no sugar. All of the kombuchas have sugar. Sugar is poison. I'm sure you know this by now. Hi from Portugal. Shout out Jonathan Costa. Which country you streaming, JB? I'm streaming live from the beautiful country of Puerto Rico, but I am representing Bitcoin country out there in El Salvador. Shout out Bukele and the beautiful people over there. But without further ado, fam, let's dive into a little Bitcoin technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies. And before anyone asks, if anyone's interested in these new hats, I just got 4 new ones from my bro Sergio. Sergio's the guy. He's the originator of the Bukele hats. His website is bitcoincaps.net, and this is where Max Kaiser gets all of his beautiful hats. So these are the 4 I just received. My favorite 2 is the blue El Salvador and the one I'm rocking with the white that says Bitcoin Country. However, they're all lit, and these are all brand new, so you're not going to see them anywhere else. So visit bitcoincaps.net. I'm giving him a free plug because he hooked me up with some free caps, and it's all about paying it forward. So hook them up, and if you're going to order a cap, check out their website and do it up. But anyways, fam, let's dive in. Investors' risk appetite tends to increase with a lower cost of capital and higher liquidity, creating a favorable scenario for high growth assets. Consequently, Bitcoin and other cryptos benefit from such conditions, as more money in circulation typically boosts demand. However, if the US inflation appears to be under control, why isn't the crypto market reacting positively? Great question, right? The U.S. Fed closely monitors the job market, inflation, and the value of the dollar to adjust its policies accordingly. And when inflation trends near the Fed's 2% target, it allows room for reducing interest rates and injecting liquidity by providing banks with the necessary capital, especially when the economy shows signs of weakness. This movement, known as expansionary, reduces incentives for the fixed income investments. The most recent figures from the Fed's preferred inflation indicator revealed the declaration in inflation for May. During this period, price increases registered their slowest growth since March 2021, marking the initial occurrence within the economic cycle that inflation surpassed the Fed's 2% target. The core PCE index, excluding food and energy costs, rose by 2.6% year over year in May, aligning with the predictions of the economists. But we all know they can fudge the numbers by looking at chosen metrics. I would dare say the inflation of the US dollar is probably like 20% per year. So they just want to pretend they have it under control. We got it under control. It's under 3%. But believe nothing these mofos say. I'm just saying. And earlier in the year, market traders anticipated at least 3 interest rate reductions. However, current projections adjusted to only 2, anticipated to commence in September. Seema Shah, chief global strategist at Principal Asset Management, told CNBC that a further declaration in inflation, ideally coupled with additional evidence of labor markets softening, will be necessary to pave the way for the first rate cut in September. Here you're looking at the gold, USD, and S&P 500. On your screen. The most recent U.S. inflation data, along with a 4% unemployment rate and a personal income growth, led the S&P 500 to reach an all-time high June 28th. Yet the total crypto market cap is down from its 2024 peak on March 14th. That's also when we hit the high of roughly 73,800, which is the current price discovery level. Every gold, typically considered a hedge asset, even gold, currently trading merely 5% below its all-time high. From May 20th, take that, Peter Shifty. Now, theoretically, crypto should benefit from the prospect of interest rate cuts and other expansionary measures due to their scarcity and non-censorable payment methods. However, the relative success of the Fed's strategy strengthens the U.S. dollar, which can be measured against a basket of foreign exchange rates using the DXY, which is the U.S. dollar currency index. A higher DXY means that the euro, the pound, and the Swiss franc are losing value. Here's one thing I know for sure, that the purchasing power of fiat is mathematically guaranteed to decrease, while the purchasing power of Bitcoin is mathematically guaranteed to continue to increase. Currently, the DXY is flirting with 106, the highest level since November of last year, and the US 5-year Treasury yield has decreased 4% from 4.72% April 25th. This indicates investors are relatively confident in the soft landing, where inflation decreases without an economic recession, and in this case, traders likely expect the stock market to continue reaching new highs without significant shock in the real estate market. This hypothesis, I love to just play with that word. This hypothesis explains why the lower inflation has not positively impacted the crypto market. However, there is still uncertainty about how the economy and the US dollar will behave if the Fed opts for an expansionary monetary policy. Therefore, a rally for Bitcoin and cryptos later in 2024 should not be rolled out. You're damn right, because it's most likely to rally. This is post-halving. Let's not get it twisted. Now let's check out some of the live charts. We'll start with the 1 hour, as you can see on your screen. Let me switch the scene so it's full screen for you. So here you go. We're looking live and in the flesh at the live charts right now. This is the 1 hour chart brought to you by TradingView via Coinbase, and you can see we're sitting, flirting with 61,000. We do have a target to the south here at 58,600. And again, this is the 1 hour chart. Let's zoom out. They say when in doubt, zoom out. Here's the 4 hour family. The 4 hour chart, a lot of action happening here. We have a big fat red target sitting all the way at 73.5, which would take us to the cusp of price discovery. We have a top 1 target and a top 2 target, both sitting at around 64,000. And we have a target to the south sitting just shy of $59,000. And that's the 4 hour chart, family. Let's zoom out a little further. Let's check out the 1 day, then we'll do the 1 week and the 1 month. Here's the 1 day chart. You can see a lot of action Jackson occurring here. We got a big green target on a bullish pennant sitting at 106.2. 6 figures. Yes, please. And we also have a red target to the north as well, sitting at roughly 73,000. And then we have a couple of targets south of the current price action, one at 53.6 and one at 47.7. And it kind of looks very sideways here on the daily chart. And let's zoom out a little bit more and check out the weekly chart, live and in the flesh. Here we go. We do have a bullish pennant target here on the weekly chart. Weekly chart looking very bullish in my humble opinion. The past 3 weeks have been little red candles, but I have a feeling we're going to be right back in bullish territory here in July. I want to know your thoughts on that. But anyways, the bullish pennant is sitting at roughly close to the 90,000 level. And we do have another target as well, another bullish pennant at $106,200, which I would love. And let's just check out one more on the monthly. Again, this is live and in the flesh, brought to you by TradingView via Coinbase. You can see here the monthly chart. We had a red candle most recent. Before that, we had a green and then a red. But before that, look at how many consecutive green candles we had for that staircase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we had that little bit of itty bitty red candle, itty bitty green candle, itty bitty red candle. Past few months have been a little boring, but nonetheless, let's not forget we've come so long. Yeah, I mean, we've come a far ways since where we were at the start of last year, even the start of this year. So there you have it, my crypto fam. Let me know which, where you feel the price action will take us for the monthly close. Do you think we close, above 60, below 60? Holla at your boy. Let me know. Greatly appreciated. Welcome everyone joining the stream. I was also raised on a barn. Word. My electricity is about $400 a month because no one in my house knows how to close the doors to the outside or how to turn off the lights. Hey, I'm going to rock that El Salvador hat, JV, in the blue with the white and the Bitcoin sexy. Yes, you're going to love it. It's actually my favorite one. I rocked the white one today to match the white jersey, but that blue El Salvador hat, and it fits the best. It's an Adidas hat. So it's actually an Adidas brand, and they put the logo on an Adidas hat. So it's the best fitting one. FYI, for the broskies who want to get hooked up, check out that blue hat. It's the best one. 53.6 sounds appetizing. Word to stack sats. Yeah, why not? I'll tell my daughter that I know where she was born, and it wasn't a barn. That's sick. Is Amari watching here today, JC? Shout out Amari. We need the 10 green candle commandments. I know. Speaking of inflation, I just saw someone only reorder their... Oh, I saw that as well. That was going viral on X. The guy basically wanted to see inflation, so he looked at an order from Walmart with like, say, 60 items, and then a year later, he hit the reorder button, and it was literally from $120 to $450. That's an indicator of real inflation. What is that? 400%? 4x in like a year? Is mind-boggling. My electricity for June was $214, but I live on the water and run it on 74 degrees. Right on. Wait until the end of July. End of July.
Well.
Woo! You know what time it is.
Pump it up. Pump it up.
Pump that mofo up. Bitcoin Bitstamp weekly doesn't show the weakness. So again, I expect sideways action for the next 2 to 4 weeks. So ultimately mid-July, expecting some bullishness in the markets. But until then, some more boring price action, according to Greg. Right on. Amari is in the mood today. Right on. She is going through the angst of teens, such as life. Word up. My little one is almost a teen, but not quite yet. So I feel ya. Let me read some more of these comments from when I was doing the TA. I have a friend who has a sugar is not food sign on their fridge. Smart. DXY goes up. Foreign fiat buys the BTC. I'm never mother frickin' selling, says Bone Daddy. Good. Smart man. My man. Good idea, JV. Alkaline up, baby. Healthy, wealthy, and wise. Cheers, Judson. That's what it's all about. What good is the biddies if we don't have good health to enjoy them biddies? You feel me? Anyone relate there? I'm at a picnic. Life is good. Enjoy that picnic, Mr. Bone Daddy. That's what's up. Anyways, let's continue with the news. I do got a lot to share with the fam today. We just did the latest TA. Now let's check out a Bitcoin bottom target as per Analyst Rec Capital. This headline reads, Crypto Analyst warns that Bitcoin is at risk of further correction. And I'll break down his target. So yeah, the crypto strategist who nailed the pre-halving pullback for the biddies warns that Bitcoin can correct much lower levels. The analyst known as Rect Capital, what a great name, says Bitcoin can drop more than 8% from the current value. Quoting the analyst here. What if we were going to see the deepest correction in the cycle, or at least equal to the deepest correction in the cycle of 23.8%? That would see us go to $55,000 as outlined right here in the chart. Now, hypothetically, if we hit that bottom target, how many of you would seize that opportunity? Let me know, BTFG. However, the analyst believes that a deeper drawdown is unlikely at this point of the cycle. Rat Capital says it is more likely that either BTC has just put in the local bottom or Bitcoin is witnessing a more shallow pullback. That's right, quoting him again. Is that a possibility that we see the deepest correction not too long after already seeing the deepest correction this cycle, just after the halving? So that was around late April, early May. We saw a record-breaking deep correction in this cycle. We eclipsed the early 2023 pullback, and it took a year and a half for that new record to come in. So to now talk about another record and another deep retrace occurring only a month and a half later, I think that's a little bit too far-fetched. I don't think we are going to eclipse that retrace depth for the deepest retrace in this cycle. I think it would be either this being the bottom already or a slightly additional pullback. Let me know your thoughts on the analyst's sentiment, and let me know, do you think the bottom is in? I think we touched in the 58 range. It was 58 and some change. Safe to say around 58.5. Let me know if you feel that was the bottom, or do you think we'll likely correct even further? Holla. Shout out Louis Tatui. Just wait till that sweet halving supply shock hits with the flex. Let's go. Everyone forgot the halving even happen. That's right, Captain. Hold fast, Bitcoin pirates. There will be many storms that we shall weather. But once the clouds pass, it's a blue sky and smooth sailing. Teenage girls are tough. I feel you, Diana. I'm getting ready. I'm prepping out here. I'd be a stacking, says Eric Jones. Oh, yes, that would be a good buy time, right? Tatui, it takes a minimum 8 weeks to even see movement after the halving. We just passed the 8th week. Patience is hard for some people. They must have forgot, JC. I'm with you on that. I lived through 3 teenage ladies. Let the bulls eat the bears. BTFD, let's go.
Pump it up. Look, pump it up if your game went long. When the dip hit, you just ate like King Kong.
The dip hit, I just aped like King Kong. Bring it. Anyways, I got a coffee and a muffin for $7. But was it from Starbucks? Be honest. Because we know their coffee and muffins are very expensive out there. Actually, you ever have like a coffee and a muffin from the airport recently? It'll be like $20-$30. It's crazy, yo. Inflation is no joke. I do not care, as I only powder the bear market still wrecked in terms of fiat and might need some for the 100K party. And speaking of the 100K party family, everyone make sure to join our Discord at discord.cryptonewsalerts.net. And everyone just joining the stream, make sure to subscribe to the #1 Bitcoin music channel, which is Chandy10 Music. I pinned her YouTube channel in the live chat. We're trying to get her to 10,000 subs today. She's creating fire music. I'm so excited for the future music to come. I do not care as right on. Who cares how low Bitcoin pulls back as long as you're a hodler? Good point, Molly, because it's irrelevant. Your 1 Bitcoin is still equivalent to 1 Bitcoin, regardless if it's trading at 60,000 fiat, 50,000 fiat, or even 1,000 fiat. And Nipsey's shaking his tail to that because he knows it's true. Look at that Nipinator. Looking so cute back there. Living his best life. We may get a Nipinator indicator later. Stay tuned. Stack the biddies and slap the booties. That's coming from Nate. That's coming from Nate. Can I call you Nate Dog? And speaking of Nate Dog. Regulators. Mona. Yes. JV? No, it was from a local coffee shop. Okay. I was going to say, Starbucks would be even more. The muffin must have been $6 at Starbucks. The coffee is probably like, and especially if it's a fancy latte, it might be $10. So it would have cost you $16. You got a good deal. Stick to the local cafes. Even myself, I don't go to the Starbucks. I go to the local cafes. Support your local businesses, family. If it were easy, everybody would be doing it, and it wouldn't pay so well. This is a fact, Judson. Well said, brother. Well said. The Nipsey hat, I know, right? So cute. I don't think we will see a massive move till next year, 18 months after the halving. Exactly. That's typically when we hit the cycle peak, family. 100. Regulators.
Regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too.
But you can't be any geek off the street. You got to earn your keep. You feel me? Regulators.
But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
The best parts are coming. The best parts are coming. You know, Gary Gensler must love this song because he probably feels he's one of them. Regulators! That's me, Mom. That's me, Mom.
Regulators! Mount up. It was a clear black night.
A clear white moon. JV was on the streets with Nipsey. $12 for a caramel something fancy and $7 for a sandwich a few days ago in South Carolina. Right on. You ain't telling no lies there.
A clear white moon. Warren G was on the streets trying to consume.
Bitcoin country. Bring it. What it do, JV? Shout out from Strong Island, New York. That's my stomping ground. That's where I was born, family. Strong Island representing. A buddy DJ, a graduation party, Bitcoin all the way up. Shout out MPC. I take it you have one of those MPC beat machines. Classic. Dig it. Nipsey's best life involves copulation. Is that, I don't know what copulation means. I haven't used that term before, but yeah, whatever that is, probably so. Look at that. He's living his best life out here. Anyways, fam, welcome everyone joining the stream. Please, fam, if you guys can repost this, spread the word and let them know we live. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. All you got to do is open up X. It's an app all of you should be on. Shout out Molly. She was the first one I saw when I just opened it up. And yeah, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to my live right now. We're streaming live. And you're going to notice the live stream right here. And you're going to click on it. You're going to give it a heart because that's going to help it get more eyeballs. Then you're going to click the repost button, and it's going to ask, are you sure you want to repost or quote it? If you want to quote it, feel free. Or if not, and you're lazy like me, you just hit the repost button. Bada boom, bada bing, it's reposted. More eyeballs get on the stream, and we appreciate that, family. We can use all the support we can get, so thank you. And with that being shared, let's continue with our next story of the day, let's discuss this. Ethereum ETF is allegedly being delayed. We were originally anticipating it to go live July 2nd, according to the Bloomberg ETF Analyst, but now there is an update apparently from the SEC. Headline reads, Spot Ethereum ETF launch delayed by the SEC comments. That's right, the launch of the U.S. Spot Ether ETF, which many expected to occur as early as July 2nd, which would have been in a few days, I guess Monday, right? Has been delayed by the SEC, according to Bloomberg ETF analysts Balchunas and Safart. The SEC has taken additional time to return the S1 form submitted by prospective Spot Ether ETF issuers, pushing the launch to mid-July. Maybe even later, family. The SEC commented on the S1 forms and requested resubmissions by July 8th. And according to Balchunas, this new timeline means the launch of the Spot Ether ETFs could be postponed until mid to late July. ETF store president Nate Gerasi noted that the last round of the S1 revisions were relatively minor, predicting the SEC would clear issuers for trading within 14 to 21 days. That gives us 2 to 3 weeks, fam. And although the exact timeline remains uncertain because we're dealing with no Claire Gare, the SEC has indicated a potential launch this summer, quoting Balchunas. Unfortunately, think we're going to have to push back our over-under till after the holiday, referring to Independence Day. Sounds like the SEC took extra time to get back to the people this week. Algorithm, again, very light tweaks. And from what I hear, next week is dead because of the holiday, equals July 8th. The process resumes, yada, yada, yada. Now, the approval of the S1 forms is the second part of the two-step process required for the ETFs to go live. The first part involved the approval of the issuers' 19B4 forms in May. The SEC approved 19B4 filings from 8 of the ETF bidders May 23rd. And unlike the 19B4 forms, the S1 forms are not bound to a specific deadline, leaving issuers reliant on the SEC timeline for review and approval. Now, No Claire Gare on June 26 confirmed that the approval process for the Spot Ether ETFs is progressing smoothly, just like his bald head. The SEC approved the rule change, allowing major issuers, including BlackRock, Fidelity, 21 Shares, Grayscale, Franklin, Templeton, VanEck, iShares, and Invesco to participate in the process. Additionally, issuers such as VanEck filed 8 forms preparing for the listing. Exchanges, July 8th, 8 Another sacred omen there, family. However, Gensler claimed that the listing spot Ether ETFs on the stock exchanges could take months and may not happen until September. Gensler puts the onus of the Ether ETF listings on the applicants and claimed the process depends entirely on their response times. So again, Gensler taking no responsibility and just blaming it all on the issuers for the delay. Go figure. Not surprised. But anyways, fam, let me know. Are any of you actually excited for the anticipation of the Ether ETF? Do you think it'll launch sometime in July, or do you think it may get postponed? Yet again, let me know your thoughts and I'll read them out loud. The SEC is suing many crypto exchanges. What the frick? That's what they do best. It's called shakedown. At least that's what they used to call it with the mafia, a shakedown. And that's precisely what they do with the crypto exchanges. They shake you down. Hence, shakedown. Just saying. It actually upsets me that ETH is getting an ETF. I have many reasons I'll refrain from posting here. No, I think you're right, because obviously Ethereum is a security. But the regulators are in bed with the Ethereum Foundation, and they get a green light. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I am very behind. I want to say, JB, I said I had 7,000 subscribers. It was encouraging. His massive fam loyalty, and him is why. And y'all adopted me. Thank you. It's an honor, Chandy. I'm glad you found your home here with Crypto News Alerts, and I greatly appreciate all the incredible music and content you've been creating for the show to take it to the next level. So right back at you. Larry figured out that ETH is by far too slow, and now no pressure anymore. Maybe so. Maybe so. I wish families had a mama like you. This world would be a much better place. Referring to JC, 100% there, Molly. Someone selling Bitcoin, and it's probably a miner. Dun, dun, dun. They not like us. They not like us.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
F no hair Gare. No Claire Gare. Claire Bear. Some analysts are saying the majority of the ETH is already bought. I'm going to look into that further. Well, the thing is, though, even if all the majority of the ETH was bought, they can just print unlimited ETH. It's no different than the fiat. It has a infinite supply. Bitcoin, finite, limited supply. Ether, infinite supply. There's literally an infinity sign on the total supply on CoinMarketCap for Ether. Go figure. I learned to cook because I like to eat. I learned to cook many different cuisines because my family gets bored easily. Right on. You're a great mama. You see this guy? This guy wants to come back there and squash your head. I don't know who you're referring to. Some analysts are saying we'll soon find out, though. I mean, he was encouraging. Thanks for adopting me, family and JV. Right back at you. Gary dodges answering questions. Yeah, he doesn't. Exactly. He's dodging questions regarding crypto like Neo from the Matrix, dodging bullets. 100%. 100%. They not like us.
If it's not going to zero, it's going to a million.
Now, we all know Bitcoin is the best asset.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Boom, shakalaka. Very true. Very true. If they start mining the ETH, it will likely tank. Tank. Yeah, yo. It's interesting, but talking of ETFs, there's big news with Solana ETF, which we're going to dive into our next story. Welcome everyone just joining us. The headline reads, investment giant VanEck, one of the large asset managers, files for a Solana ETF, triggering modest price jump for Solana. Solana jumped like 7% yesterday. That was because of this news. So let me read it to you, family. Investment giant VanEck is seeking approval for a spot Solana ETF. According to a new filing with the US SEC, the company submitted the S1 registration statement to the securities regulator on Thursday related to the SOL ETF, which will be called the VanEck Solana Trust. VanEck, who is the first company in the US to file for a Solana ETF, says it would be listed on the CBOE BZX exchange if ultimately approved by the SEC. So the million-dollar question becomes, will it get approved by the SEC? Clearly, Ethereum is next to get that approval, but let me know your thoughts. After the filing, Solana's price shot up. Well, I guess I take that back. Ether already got the approval from the SEC, but we're not going to launch until 2 to 3 weeks as per the story I just read to you. But anyways, Solana price shot up from a 24-hour low of $130 to a 24-hour high of $150, more of a 15% gain off the back of that news. The SEC approved spot Bitcoin ETFs earlier this year, which launched officially. That was January 11th, and indicated the spot Ether ETFs will be approved very soon, as I already shared with you from Eric Balchunas and the rest of them. So also, Trump prevails as president over Biden in November's election, the application would likely get approved. According to the Analyst, Trump is perceived as being more supportive of digital assets than Biden. In fact, Biden despises all of cryptocurrency. He makes that very clear with people like Senator Warren, Gary Gensler, and the rest of these mofos. Quoting him here, the knee-jerk reaction here is, oh, there will never be approved because they aren't Solana futures. Agree. But if there is a change at POTUS, I think anything is possible. Just imagine Commissioner of the SEC, Hester Pierce, crypto mom, let's go. Or someone like that running the SEC. Yeah, we need to get rid of that no Claire Gare because he's just a stooge for, Biden and Biden's, puppet masters, just saying. I see this filing as a call option on the POTUS election. I don't blame them for trying this. Why not? So there you go, yo. How many of you are excited for Solana ETF? Do you think that will likely get the approval? If so, by when? Holla, and I'll read these comments out loud. If you ever write a cookbook, I'd buy it. I can only imagine all the awesome recipes in it. Yummy. Do it up. JC, we need the cookbook. If I actually use recipes, I would make a recipe book. Wow. So you just like freestyle it. Next level. If ETH gets approved, then Solana should follow in short order. Agreed. And also we have, XRP's founder, Garlinghouse, has been claiming they're going to be launching a XRP ETF as well. So Ethereum would ultimately open Pandora's box for the rest of the alts. Did you see that Trump is projected to win New Jersey? That is crazy. New Jersey is the deep blue. I mean, honestly speaking, I'd be shocked if Biden won a single state in the United States, unless it's just all rigged. I don't think anyone can vote for this man. This man doesn't even know where he is. He don't know where he belongs. He don't know how to read. He don't know how to repeat what's in his earpiece. He can't speak. He can't finish a sentence. He can't tie his shoe. He can't walk. He can't go down the stairs. He poops his own pants. His wife treats him like a 5-year-old. You did great, Joe. You answered all the questions. Come on now. I'm speechless, and that's very rare. Did you know that ETH can roll back their ledger? Yep. Remember the DAO hack? I do. Yeah, yo. And Jack Mallers gave a fantastic speech at Bitcoin Atlantis telling you the flaws of Solana and why it will never, be what many are anticipating it to be. And he broke that down, and it was to do with the block sizes. And it was very good. And if you missed that speech, you guys got to check it out. It was when he referenced Satoshi with the time chain and how Satoshi never referred to it as a blockchain. But I gained a lot of knowledge out of that speech, if you guys check that out. Garlinghouse is not a Ripple Labs founder. Well, my bad. CEO. I think the founders is like Jeb McCaleb and some other people, right? Correct me if I'm wrong there, Greg. I did hear RFK said Trump and Biden did not mention AI or crypto. Yeah, they didn't even mention it, sadly enough. It wasn't even a topic of conversation. They were talking about their golf handicaps instead. How the F are my comments not showing up? They're showing up now, Adam. But yeah, censorship is real. Welcome to YouTube, family. The smart people of everywhere are sick of the division and the sickness. Come on now. I'm spitting facts for once. I think that's the problem. When you spit the truth is when you get censored. If you didn't realize that, that's welcome to America. Did you hear that Trump called? Yeah, he called he called him Brandon. I almost choked on I actually watched the debate, so I caught that. Jack Mallers rule. Shout out Jack Mallers. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go. And then another CNN analyst referred to Michelle Obama as Big Mike. I don't know if he slipped, but I thought that was hilarious too. Big Mike, let's go. Now, do you think this is all by plan? Because obviously the people controlling Biden know his condition and know nobody's going to vote for this guy. So do you just think this is like a plot to usher in the Gavin Newsom or the Big Mike or someone to replace him? Let me know. And look at Nippinator giving us the indicator in the back in the sun. Pretty lit. Chris Larson, Jeb McCaleb, and David Schwartz, all Silicon Valley arses. Thank you, Greg. I stand corrected. Those are the founders of Ripple Labs. Chris Larson, Jeb McCaleb, and David Schwartz. There you go. Why are your comments not showing up? Well, if I read your comment, that's a good sign. That meant it shows up. But anyways, I digress. Let's continue anyways, family. We got a lot more to share with you here today. We discussed the latest with the ETF delay for Ether. We discussed the latest with Solana. Now the latest from billionaire Peter Thiel. It wasn't too long ago. He gave a speech at Bitcoin Miami, extremely bullish on Bitcoin. Well, he's changed his tune, and I find this very interesting, so we're going to read it. But before I even get into it, this was Max Kaiser's response. Narcissism plus autism equals, I should have bought more Bitcoin, but that's why I've sold some. Dun, dun. Crazy, right? But anyways, check it. Former PayPal CEO Peter Thiel expressed doubts about the potential for the Bitcoin price to increase significantly from its current levels. The billionaire, who says he still owns some bitties, but does not have as much as he should have, isn't sure where the next batch of buyers will come from. Now that Bitcoin has had its ETF edition, quoting him here from the interview, I'm not sure it's going to go up that dramatically from here. We got the ETF edition, and I don't know who else buys it, he shared. It'll probably still can go up, but it is going to be volatile, bumpy ride. Well, of course, volatile equals life force, just saying. And he was stuttering the entire time speaking about it. It was very interesting. I think that's why Max referenced his autism. Thiel previously said he was underinvested in Bitcoin in October of 2021 when crypto was rallying towards its previous all-time high, that's right, of 69,000, which was set 3 weeks later. However, Thiel's Founders Fund has a rather impressive history with Bitcoin, having made its first Bitcoin investment all the way back in 2014, profiting $1.8 billion shortly before the market collapsed in 2022. That's right, they sold off, or at least Thiel and his fund, the majority of the Bitcoin before it did collapse. So they made a massive $1.8 billion profit. Founders Fund then bought another $100 million in Bitcoin in 2023 when it was trading below 30. Talk about BTFD, buy that freaking dip. Thiel revealed that Bitcoin hasn't turned out as cypherpunk as he originally envisioned, quoting him again from the interview. Where I am less convinced is this question of the ideological founding vision of Bitcoin as a cypherpunk crypto anarchist. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Libertarian, anti-centralized government thing. That's what I thought was terrific about it. He recalled the first time coming across Bitcoin, but now he believes Bitcoin doesn't really work that way. When people in the FBI tell me that they'd much rather have criminals use Bitcoin than $100 bills, it suggests that maybe it's not quite working the way it was supposed to. However, Bitcoin was designed to be a public, permissionless, and decentralized ledger, and transactions weren't intended to be completely untraceable like Monero and other privacy-focused networks. Facts. That's 100%. So there you have it. I mean, let me know your thoughts on Peter Thiel ultimately saying he doesn't believe in Bitcoin. He also referenced something in the interview because I watched it. He says BlackRock is ultimately manipulating it, and so therefore he don't trust it. I don't trust BlackRock either, so he does make a point there, and there's definitely always manipulation going on. But at the end of the day, I mean, the man profited $1.8 billion from his Bitcoin fund. He still owns Bitcoin. Maybe he's not as bullish as he once was, but he knows what's up. 47 million is beyond crazy. Maybe in 100 years. Stay tuned, Crypto Made. Our feature story of the day, I'm going to be getting to it in a moment. Good morning from the other territory. Happy Bitcoin. Love it. They got the wrong Thiel. They should have got Fred Thiel, the CEO of Marathon Digital Holdings, one of the largest miners. Amen to that. I make my own espresso at home, says JC. I was just out and needed a caffeine fix and a sandwich. So here's what I do when I go out to the cafe. I bring my own cup. Want to know why? Don't use paper cups for hot beverages. Why? It's coated with plastic. So all you're going to be doing is drinking microplastics. That includes Starbucks and every cafe. Bring your own cup, just FYI, and have them fill her up. That's a little advice for my fam. Dang, she's good. My girlfriend thought you were wearing a do-rag, but it was just your chair. That is hilarious. Should I put a do-rag on for the broskies? Who trusts Peter Thiel? Probably nobody. Trust nobody. Verify everything. Yeah, and she is getting all the racists out to get her, says JC. He is a bit ruthless. Are we referring to Mr. Thiel? I wonder if Caitlin Clark is Larry Bird's love child. Oh my God. Imagine that. That's a conspiracy for you. Ultimately, you're trying to say Caitlin Clark is the daughter of Larry Bird, and that explains why she is so talented. That'd be interesting. Very interesting. But anyways, fam, welcome to the stream. If you're just joining us, we're streaming live and in the flesh. We're about to hit the top of the hour. We're going to be streaming at least for another hour. So please, family, repost this, spread the word, and share the live. It's greatly appreciated. BYOC, Board Yacht. What does that stand for? BYOC. I thought you were talking about something else. Jack Mahler JV. Jack Mahler JV. The CBOE, CME, opened their Bitcoin futures desk on the December 10th of 2017 and made shorting Bitcoin popular, and it took 2 years for Bitcoin to recover. Yes, you can thank No Claire Gare or the man who preceded him or before him, which was, what's his name? The guy before, the SEC chairman before, Jay Clayton. That's the name, Jay Clayton. Yeah, copulation is mating. Oh, thank you, Silas. All these big words I'm learning. I appreciate it. No, he's not mating. He wishes he was mating. I wish he was mating too. I'd want to have some puppies. So if anyone has a mate for the Nippinator, holla. I understand. We all have those moments, and when you aren't used to it, it's a different sticker shock. Right on. Bring your own coffee. Well, there you have it. Bring your own coffee to the cafe. Even better. Less poison. Everything is poison. Nowadays, your cups are poison. Your toilet paper is poison. You know what I mean? Your deodorant's poison. Your toothpaste is poisoned. Your air is poisoned. Your food is poisoned. Your water is poisoned. Your news is poisoned. Your politicians are poison. I mean, for Christ's sake, the world is poison. It reminds me of a track Nas released many years back. It was called Poison. And he's just breaking down how everything in society is poison. It's crazy. Anyways, what is that? Cotuous is also mating. Man, you hit me with the big words. Can I just say mating? Simplify. Keep it simple, JV.
More than 5 shots and you stacked and get it on. Yeah. Had the people on my back to get a song. Reds broke, have a toke, we smoked them like a bomb.
We heard Kramer report that. Anyways, fam, let me know what's popping, what's good, and where you're tuned in from. I'm broadcasting live and in the flesh. I wish from Bitcoin country, but I'm in Puerto Rico, repping Bitcoin country. How we do, El Salvador. We're about to dive into our feature story and discuss one of the most bullish predictions you're ever going to hear. And it's a BlackRock allocation recommendation strategy for the biddies of roughly 85%. And what would happen, and I'll break down the math, if these asset managers were to follow the recommendation of BlackRock. It would take us to 47 million per biddy, family. Does anyone else feel we are living in the Groundhog's Day? Yeah, I remember that movie. We are in the doldrums with this stagnant price action. Pretty much, Joe Buddy, is a deja vu moment. That's why it's called Programming JV. Did you see the song Propaganda by Dax? I don't recall the song. I'll have to check that one out. Thanks for keeping it real. You got it, craw craw. A number of words for, good Lord, coitus get censored. Ah, I see. I understand. What does that say? Spoken Washington? Spokane? Oh, reppin' Washington. Right on. Poison, always a question of dosage. And who wants to be forever on the planet? Hey, I don't want to, you know what I mean? What's it called? The term I'm looking for. I'd like to live a long time is what I'm trying to say. I was trying to say a fancy word, but I can't remember it. Yeah, I caught the Michael Obama reference. You saw that, Diana? It was like so nonchalant. So, Michael Obama. Oh, no, it was Big Mike. He said Big Mike. Big Mike. Good afternoon, JV. Shout out, Neri. Didn't you just say that? I don't know. You guys are confusing me today. I need more Spindrift, apparently.
Oh yeah, we heard Kramer report that. Thank you. He said, we bought more bags till we got a sword back. Can't short your dork, we can't afford that.
You can't short your dork, we can't afford that. Going to 1 billion by the end of the month. Now we're talking Space Mushroom Fuzz. I'd love to get on some of them psilocybins. My dream is when I make enough money, I am moving to El Salvador to be a tuk-tuk driver. Tuk-tuk. Oh, I remember tuk-tuks over in Thailand. That's what they were called. That's what you take to get around. They have them in El Salvador. I don't want the laser cat pouring me a drink. Mike for president? Oh, please no. I'm shredding the Bitcoin vibe. I guess it would make history, though, because you'd have your first transgender president. I mean, that would represent America perfectly. You got it. Big Mike. And I'm moving to El Salvador. Oh my God. I made a love. It's a miracle. Didn't get an alert. Just saw by chance. Oh my God. Shout out Comic Crypto Stock. Welcome to the stream. Another one of those have been ice, baby. Dun, 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 dun. At least Nipsey is still coitus enabled for the fathering, so to speak. He is. Big balls. Big balls. Bitshrooms sound good to me. I'll say my painting shoe booty comments. Painting shoe. Anyways, fam. Now for our feature story of the day. BlackRock signals a paradigm shift with an 84.9% allocation recommendation for the King Crypto. And I'm going to be breaking down the math, which signifies we can hit a $47 million Bitcoin price if the major asset managers follow the recommendation of BlackRock. So check it out, as you can see here in the headline. But I'm actually going to start here. There's a tweet I made a little while back with BlackRock allocating their optimal portfolio allocation into Bitcoin of 84.9%, according to their very own study released in 2022. That will send the Bitcoin price action to $47 million per coin. And quoting Samson Mao, the math checks out. Bitcoin is going to 47 million per biddy. Now let's break down the math from Macronaut BTC. Shout out to the Macronaut. BlackRock, and this was at that time, had less than what they have now. FYI, at that time, they had 9.4 trillion in assets under management. 9.4. 0.849 for the right Bitcoin position percentage equals 7.98 trillion. And BlackRock will need to allocate to Bitcoin to follow their paper. 7.98. 118B of a multiplier equals $941 trillion market cap. So Bitcoin will be about $47 million per coin. So there you go. But let's dive deeper into this article, family, now that I shared some of that with you. In a significant departure from traditional stance and cautiousness towards cryptos, BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager with roughly 10 trillion in assets under management, they did a research paper titled Asset Allocation with Crypto, Application of Preferences for Positive Skewness, suggesting Bitcoin should make up a substantial 84.9% of an investment portfolio consisting of 60% equities and 40% bonds. Let's go. The BlackRock researchers conducted an in-depth analysis of Bitcoin performance and returns, and during this period, they found that Bitcoin exhibited considerable volatility with an annual rate of 132%. Now, here's the actual tweet I wanted to read to you. It says, last summer, BlackRock put out a paper stating starting with a 60/40 equity bond portfolio, the optimal Bitcoin allocation is a large 84.9%. But let's read it directly from the horse's mouth coming from BlackRock. I'm going to read this to you. We perform the following asset allocation exercise. Suppose we start with a 60/40 equity bond portfolio. Assuming the equity and the bond returns are log normal, fitted to the moments reported in the data of Exhibit 1, we compute the power utility risk aversion coefficient to yield a 60/40 allocation. In this case, a risk aversion of Y equals 1.5 corresponds to the 60/40. Then we hold the risk aversion fixed and the estimate with the optimal weight of Bitcoin. And assuming that the equity and bond weights are held at the same pro-rate 60/40 allocation, that is, the equity and the bond weights are set to be whatever that math I can't read because I'm not a math whiz. We use the mixture of normals distribution for Bitcoin returns that captures large positive skewness. Now for the highlighted section, which is highlighted in the yellow. Exhibit 4 presents the results starting with a 60/40 equity bond portfolio, which is produced with a risk aversion of Y equals 1.5. The optimal Bitcoin allocation is a large 84.9%. The remainder of the portfolio, 15.1%, is split 60/40 between equities and bonds. Now for the green highlighted section. Pay close attention to this part. Although Bitcoin has an extremely large volatility of 1.322, the pronounced positive skewness leads to large allocations and dominates in the utility function. And now I'm continuing. The certainty equivalent compensation required to not invest into Bitcoin is close to 200%. Whoa, if Exhibit 4, starting with a 2080 stock bond portfolio, leads to 12.5% Bitcoin allocation, and a risk-tolerant investor with an 80-20 stock bond portfolio desires a levered position in Bitcoin of 106%. So what would happen with a levered position? That's how you can get to 200%. Mind-boggling. The possibilities are endless, family, but continuing on with the story. What sets Bitcoin apart is its positive skewness, as referenced in their report, when expressed in terms of continuously compounded returns. And in contrast to this, equity return showed a percentage of negative 0.43%, while bond returns were at 0.01%. Jesus. Bitcoin's third central moment of returns was an astonishing 144% annually, demonstrating a stark contrast to traditional equities and bonds. This unique characteristic of Bitcoin's return make it an appealing asset for investors seeking substantial gains. Stack the biddies, fam. The research also highlighted Bitcoin's consistent propensity for significant gains. While returns often follow standard patterns, there are exceptional periods labeled as bliss regime, during which Bitcoin prices soar over 100 times annually. This level of return potential is what attracts the investors aiming for substantial profits. And even when Bitcoin is expected to depreciate in the standard scenario, the research noted investors focus on maximizing profits tend to allocate 3% into Bitcoin. This allocation remains consistent even when there's only a 1% chance of a highly profitable scenario materializing. Now, BlackRock's recommendation to allocate a substantial almost 85% of Bitcoin in a 60-40 equity bond portfolio marks a significant departure from the conservative approach traditionally taken by many financial institutions towards crypto. It underscores the growing acceptance and recognition of Bitcoin as a legitimate asset class that can offer substantial returns. The move by BlackRock follows the US SEC's clearance of the ETFs, which officially went live for the Bitcoin spot back in January of this year. But I want to know your thoughts surrounding some of this math. Do you believe Bitcoin will likely hit 47 if it theoretically had that level of allocation as shared here by Samson Mowen via BlackRock's own report? Now let's just keep it 100. Most likely, if we were to see this level of asset allocation, it could take a decade, it could take 2-3 decades, I don't know, but that's a lot. But hypothetically speaking, what if it was just 5%? We're talking about a multiple $1 million Bitcoin price action. I feel 5% is very conservative. Here's how I feel the plot will go. I think asset managers will start very conservatively, as they kind of already are, maybe 1%, 2%, 3% allocation. They're going to see the returns fantastic, especially post-halving, when we're about to go parabolic, hit a new cycle peak, potentially add a 0 to that price action you see on your screen. Then the following year, they're going to be like, okay, 2% was great. We're seeing all these returns from our 2% allocation. All of our other investments not doing so well. So let's go from 2% to 4%, 4%, from 8%, 8%, 16%, 16%, 32%, 32%, 64%. You know what I mean? You're starting to feel my vibe. And before you know it, they may have an insane allocation into the king. But let me know your thoughts, family, and welcome to the Q&A segment of the live show. JV streaming live and in the flesh. I'm going to read as many of your comments out loud as I can. Let's go. I feel sorry for all those that sell at 100K because I will be buying along with all the institutions. Amen, Molly. You're smart. Number one, Bitcoin ASAP. Amen. Crypto made. Bitcoin will go below 50 before breaking all-time high. For real this time. The break was a liquidity grab, not true value. 47 cents a sat at 47 million. Send it. And $1 a sat would take us to 100 million Bitcoin price. Jack Mullers is a part of the crypto hoodie gang. Huddle gang, hoodie gang. 50 million, 20 years out minimum. Nobody on earth reads the crypto news like JV. He's just the best. Thank you, Molly. I'm humbled. That's why I never charge a cold wallet with more than 1 BTC. Think about the boating accidents, and 47 million loss is hard anyway. Word. I watch Paul Barron's network channel for the serious news in crypto, says Adam. The serious news? Should I rock a tie and maybe present you some serious news? Bitcoin becomes a liquidity black hole. What up? Show me the money. Shout out Billowette from DC. What it do? No offense to the CNA. No offense, Steak and family. It's all good. I also understand there's probably 10 million crypto channels out there. So I am humbled by the fact you're even watching me, in all sincerity. It is so funny and scary that people do not understand what is happening to fiat. They're clueless because they believe their leaders, I was just going to reference as liars, but they're professional liars. Unfortunately, they're con artists. The Jay Powells, the Christine Lagardes, the Janet Yellens, and the rest of them the real felons, you feel me? Nobody thought Bitcoin would get above $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, etc. Yet here we are. We will reach higher than people think, 100,000% with you on that. 100%. No thanks. I don't trust anybody except JV. Well, thank you, Molly. But I'd encourage y'all, trust nobody, including me. Trust nobody. Trust BTC. That's about it. It's 106 Fahrenheit outside in Vegas. Stay in the AC, brother. Yes, rock a tie. Maybe that's what I got to do. Got to do what you got to do. Hey, JV, I'm at work yet again watching the best show on the YouTube. Love your brother and the CNA fam. Shout out right back at you with DNA. Appreciate it. I don't trust men. It ties either. Men and ties. Yeah. What's up with that? Yeah, but in-depth news on policy gives us a 6-month head start on everyone else. Teach their own, yo. Yeah, it's hot in the Vegas. Is it hotter anywhere else right now? What's it like in Arizona? Anyone in Arizona? I'm curious. But yeah, 106 is pretty damn hot. Tie plus a jersey. That's a good look. I think that'd be a bow tie. Has to be a bow tie. Thank you, Billowette. Appreciate you sending your third ever super live and on stream. Bitcoin still in the green. We still up 900 bones. You know what I mean? We already recaptured 61 G's today, so not too shabby, but another good sat stack on Saturday. What's the second best crypto asset, family? Please participate in the poll. We're going to end the poll shortly. I'm going to read the results to you, but I want to know, what's the second best crypto?
Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. It isn't slightly different.
It isn't slightly different.
Bitcoin. Right? Bitcoin's a bank in cyberspace.
A bank in cyberspace. Amen to that. I think because they don't teach these truths in the schools. I heard some young lady and she was confused as to why money printing was bad. She thought it means we all get more money. Exactly what the average individual thinks, Melda. I'm glad you brought that up. 100%. 100%. We don't learn about money in school. They keep us ignorant of it. Ignorance is bliss is the motto. Keep you stupid and working for it and enslaved by it and not understanding how it works, so you don't understand the Ponzi scheme of the US dollar. If you understood it was a Ponzi and the rest of the world understood it was a Ponzi, the Ponzi would have already collapsed. You feel me? Bitcoin is gold. ETH is oil. Bitcoin is digital gold. It is digital real estate, but more scarce. It's 112 degrees in Death Valley. Damn, Gina. 112. Shit. Oh, ish. SKL. Scale is also interesting. The SKL, eh? When Brandon said there are 1,000 trillionaires. Oh, that was hilarious. There's 1,000 trillionaires. Trump is like, I've never met one. Trump was like, who? I'm only a billionaire. I know. Biden doesn't know the difference between trillions, billions, and millions. So he just makes up numbers. I've even heard him say like gazillions. Like he just makes up numbers to sound good. It's like, come on now, bro. And last I researched and shared in the pod, I believe there were 2,500 billionaires. That was according to a research study I shared a few weeks back. I remember it because I actually have a memory, unlike Biden. So obviously he meant billionaire, but he said trillionaires, and it was hilarious. Another one of those epic moments. Sol is technology, and it'll eat the NASDAQ. Mark my words. Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace, and fiat is going to be replaced. Feel free to use that in the future song. I like that. Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace. Fiat going to be replaced. I dig it. Good stuff. Bring the bars. We need more bars. Family. I've got another halving for you. Let's go. Bitcoin halving 2028 can't come soon enough. Are you ready?
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up.
Oh my God, your mother loves Biden. Why? What's one characteristic about him that they like? Solana has been good to me. Bought for 15 Australian dollars, right? There, Adam. If humans can't measure scarcity, imagine how off fiat is measuring its value. They are currently trying to figure out how many millions it is worth behind the scenes. Word.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Brandon needs a hospice, pretty much. Give him 6 months, he's done. Put a fork in him.
Some skirts for the E, so I can get some phones rolling in my ride, chilling all alone.
And yo, fam, if you're just joining the stream, I appreciate your attendance here. It's Sat Stacking Saturday. If everyone could repost this and spread the word, I greatly appreciate it, fam. We're going to be streaming for the next hour. This is the Q&A segment of the live show. The news is over. So if you missed the news, once we finish with the Q&A segment, you can go back and watch it. 2029, we will break a milli. Now we're talking. What was that Willy Wonka sample? The Oompas, fam. You don't know about the Oompas? This is one of the best Bitcoin tracks of all time.
Less mining rewards, more scarcity.
I love Biden too. Perfect opposition for the DJT, says Adam. It's insanity, but she is 89, so don't want to get her upset. Wow. So I don't know how many sats that is, but good Lord, that is a lot of digital real estate. Oh, are you breaking down the 21 million Bitcoin in sats? Good Lordy Lord. Thank you for this quote, Greg. I love it. A French philosopher, circa 1720. All fiat eventually returns to its intrinsic value. Zero. Regulators. Oompa Loompas.
What do you get when your printer goes brr? Inflate supply like the Federal Reserve.
Like the Federal Reserve. Well, here we have it. We're going to end the poll. Let's see how we do. The question again. Second best crypto asset. Here's the results. Let's read this out for you guys. The results are in. There is no second best. 54% of you agree with Mikey Saylor. 22% of you say Ether. 15% Solana, which is what Bankman-Fried would say as he's still shilling it in the prison cell to the guards. And 7% of you said other. So I'm curious, for those of you who voted other, what is the other coin you feel is the second best? Let me know. Bitcoin is awesome, right? How many Bitcoin were up on the market today? The market today. Thanks, JV. You're welcome, shop. BC, appreciate you joined in. Sol is going to 1500 easy. Super fast network. Lots of the projects, says Adam. Adam put other. Well, what was the other? I'm curious. You lost me in all that 60-40 times algebra. Yeah, I'm not an algebra whiz or calculus either, so I'm not going to pretend to understand all that math. But Samson Mao's a smart man, and he says it checks out. And we'll leave it at that. That was the easiest poll question to answer yet. Right, Chandy? Agreed. Send me some Bitcoin, I'll send you some other. Oh, is that a real coin? Other coin. Interesting. Is there a coin called altcoin? I figure that must be invented. Shout out to our host with the most. Shout out Will Major. What it do?
Value go down like a lead balloon. What do you think will come of that?
Satoshi, Bitcoin ETF is second. 2.1 quadrillion sats, JV. Whoa, quadrillions. That is a lot of digital real estate. When you look at it that way, it is. In Satoshis, 100%. 100%. So Bitcoin ETF is second, according to Chicago and the Van.
Satoshi's having none of it.
ETH is one of the ultimate-ish coins. Centralized, unlimited supply, millions grifted and granted to the early investors, 100%, and the devs. My buddy's kid is watching the Fallout series, is now collecting bottle caps. That's interesting. Wait till he finds out about fiat. McFoofinator. Good Lord. I clicked Sol on the poll. Thank you, Adam, for sharing. Ishcoin. Is that a real coin called Ishcoin? This is the Oompas.
luck, rewards, making miners work hard.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to end the YouTube stream. I'm going to start ending the YouTube stream early like this versus going longer, and encourage you all to head on over to Rumble or X. If you're on Rumble or X, you're golden, but the YouTube stream is about to be finito. The Rumble direct link to tune in to the extended uncensored version of the pod is rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Let's go.
Hey, someone, give me the time. Did I hear someone say that it's rummy rumble time? Bitty bitty up at TPA.
Let me know when the YouTube stream is officially over on your end, so I know for sure, and that way I can play some music and all that fun stuff.
Rumble time, let's go see it there. It's such a great show. We'll talk about what we want without care. Let's say bye 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 to you two. Run, don't walk. We love our Rumble.
YouTube stream should be ending any moment.
Go over to Rumble, don't stumble.
We gotta get the freak out of here. Just saying. So head on over to Rumble. It's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net, and let's continue with the uncensored version of the pod. Let's go. Couldn't be more happy right now, yo. This is like
YouTube time is all in the past. For today, anyway. Now we're heading over to chat with our family at the Daily Rumble party. Hurry on over so we can freestyle chat. We'll get there fast, then we'll take it slow. We'll talk to JV, light some sage, and get on a roll. Let's go say what we want to say and play. I love to play. This is the best part of my day. Rumble time. It's Crypto News Alerts, uncensored fun time. Rumble time is party time. It's not censor time. It's free speaking time. No thought or speech.